Tonight, you are not just going to hear a story, you are going to live it. You are going to wake up in the life of one of the greatest men who ever walked this earth. You are going to be Muhammad Ali. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine the roar of millions calling your name. Ali, Ali, Ali. The sound vibrates through your chest, moves like fire through your veins. It is electrifying, overwhelming, and yet calming. It is power. It is expectation. It is the energy of a world that has waited decades to see greatness. Before we step fully into this day, take a moment, breathe, relax, and if you want to continue exploring these incredible experiences, take a second to subscribe to Calm Celebrity. Tap like, share this journey, and leave a comment about which celebrity you want to experience next. Now let the story begin. Imagine waking up, feeling that energy pulse through you, knowing that the world expects you to move, to rise, to show who you truly are. You awaken slowly. The room is dim, quiet, yet alive. A faint light filters through thin curtains, painting golden lines across the wooden floor. At first you hear nothing, then a murmur, and then a roar swelling in your chest. Ali, Ali, Ali. It is not just noise. It is energy. It is the pulse of millions of hearts. Every beat echoes your own. Your body awakens. Every muscle, every joint, every nerve alert. You lie still for a moment, letting the sound fill you. You feel the strength in your shoulders, the power in your legs, the rhythm in your heart. Every scar, every mark on your body tells a story. A story of battles fought, victories won, lessons learned, and courage earned. You sit up slowly, swinging your legs over the side of the bed. The wooden floor is cool beneath your feet, grounding you in reality. You stretch your arms above your head, feeling the tension release from your muscles, and let out a long, steady exhale. The morning light brushes against your skin, soft and warm, as if urging you to rise fully into your day. You are alive. You are strong. You are Muhammad Ali. You walk toward the mirror. The reflection waiting for you is taller, broader, sharper than any ordinary man. Hands that have struck hundreds of punches, yet hands that can cradle a child. Eyes that have stared down fear, doubt, and history itself. You lean closer, studying your own face. Every line, every shadow, every detail tells a story. Every time your brow furrows, it carries the memory of a challenge faced. Every smile, even quiet, holds the triumph of battles won. I am fast. I am strong. I am ready. I cannot be beat. You whisper to yourself. It is not arrogance. It is certainty. It is truth. You believe it, and the world believes it too. You raise your fists and begin shadow boxing. Jab, cross, uppercut, step, pivot. Each movement precise, fluid, unstoppable. The mirror reflects not just your body, but your spirit. Even alone in this room, you feel the presence of the crowd. Their energy, their excitement, their hope surrounds you. Ali, Ali, Ali. You pause and close your eyes, feeling the vibrations of millions flow through your chest, into your limbs, filling every part of you. It is both calming and exhilarating. You whisper softly, "They cheer for me, but I fight for them. Every punch I throw, every word I speak, it is for those who need to believe in themselves." For a moment you see the boy you once were, Cassius Clay, full of dreams, full of questions. His voice echoes inside your mind. You said you would be the greatest. Have you kept that promise? You smile quietly. Yes, and I will keep it for as long as I breathe. The sun climbs higher, spilling warm light across the room. Shadows stretch and retreat across the wooden floor. You feel it on your skin, warming you, waking every muscle. The quiet is deceptive. Outside, the world carries on, unaware. But inside, your mind is alive. You feel the rhythm of your body, the strength of your arms, the power in your legs, the beating of your heart. Every part of you remembers what it is capable of. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs fully, feeling the air ignite your body with energy. Every cell seems to hum. You move to the small table by the window. A glass of water rests there. You lift it, feeling the cool surface against your palm, and drink slowly. The clarity fills you, sharpening your mind. You can feel the energy moving through you, awakening every fiber of your being. You glance around the room. Simple, sparse, yet it does not matter. This is not what makes a champion. The greatness lies in every decision, every punch, every word, every step you take. You are defined by courage, by belief, by discipline, and by the will to rise again and again. You move back to the center of the room and shadow box once more, each punch carrying intention, each movement filled with focus. Jab, cross, hook, step, pivot. You feel the rhythm. You are one with your body. You are one with your mind. You are one with history. You speak quietly to yourself, words soft but certain. I am Muhammad Ali. I am more than a fighter. I am more than a champion. I am courage. I am strength. I am hope. I am the voice of those who cannot speak. I am the example of what is possible when belief is stronger than fear. You feel the reflection in the mirror respond, not with words, but with energy. You are whole. You are alive. You are ready. The cheering in your mind grows, louder, insistent. Ali, Ali, Ali. You close your eyes, letting it fill you. It flows through your arms, your legs, your chest, your very bones. It is life. It is power. It is history. You remember every fight, every opponent, every moment that tested you. You remember the sting of defeat, the thrill of victory, the patience required to rise stronger each time. You feel the sweat dripping down your temples in memory of countless training sessions, the ache of muscles pushed to the limit, the pride of a body that never quits. You hear the sound of gloves hitting bags, the squeak of shoes on the gym floor, the shouts of trainers and the cheers of a crowd in your mind. And you know without question, today you are ready for whatever comes next. You walk to the window, letting your fingers brush along the smooth glass. Outside, the world continues, unaware of the storm of power that lies within you. But inside, your mind is alive. You feel the anticipation of the day, the energy of millions, the responsibility of your name. You are Muhammad Ali. You are a symbol. You are a hero. You are courage made flesh. Take a slow, deep breath. Let it fill you. Let it remind you that you are more than flesh and bone. You are strength in motion. You are hope in action. You are a voice that cannot be silenced. Open your eyes. The world awaits. The challenges, the victories, the moments of brilliance and struggle, they are yours to meet. You are ready. You are strong. You are unstoppable. And finally, as you stand there, the reflection staring back at you, you know this with every fiber of your being. You are Muhammad Ali. You are not just a man. You are a force. You are courage in motion, hope in action, strength in flesh and blood. You are a living symbol of what it means to fight, to believe, to rise. You are history walking, an example of everything possible when a human refuses to give up. You are Muhammad Ali, you are the greatest. And the world is yours. The first light of dawn is soft and pale, brushing the edges of the city with quiet gold. You wake slowly, the cool air of the room brushing against your skin, reminding you that today is another day to move, to rise, to become more than yesterday. You are Muhammad Ali. The world knows your name, but this morning is yours alone. A day that begins not with applause, but with the rhythm of your own heartbeat, the strength in your legs, the breath filling your lungs. You swing your legs over the side of the bed, feeling the wooden floor cool beneath your feet. You stand tall, shoulders back, chest lifted. The room is simple, almost empty, but it holds your history. Every corner, every shadow, every reflection of light carries memory. The first gym where you learned to punch, the moments of doubt you overcame, the victories that became legend. You pause for a heartbeat, feeling the quiet anticipation of what comes next. Outside, the streets are still mostly empty. A few early risers walk their dogs. A paperboy speeds past on his bicycle. You tighten your laces and step into the cool morning air. The first breath fills your lungs like electricity, awakening every muscle, every nerve. You begin to jog slowly, easing into the rhythm, feeling the connection of your body to the earth. Each step is deliberate, purposeful. You are not just running, you are moving through the world as an icon, as a symbol, as a man who carries the dreams and hopes of millions. Your pace picks up naturally. You feel the wind brushing your face, tugging lightly at your clothes, pushing against you in a challenge. You welcome it. It makes you sharper, faster, more alive. In the distance, children begin to notice you. Their eyes widen, their laughter bubbles out, and suddenly they are running beside you, trying to keep pace. "Hey, wait up!" one shouts. "You're Muhammad Ali." Another yells. You glance over your shoulder, a grin spreading across your face, and nod. Their energy is contagious, a spark that feeds yours. You wave and they cheer, laughing and running as if the streets themselves are alive. Sweat begins to gather on your brow, trickling down your temples, but it feels like fuel rather than fatigue. Every drop reminds you of the work, the dedication, the countless mornings you have risen early to train your body, to strengthen your mind. You run not just for yourself, but for everyone who believes in you, everyone who sees a champion and wants to find courage inside themselves. Your breath is steady, controlled, the rhythm of your feet matching the beat of your heart. Each step is a reminder. You are alive. You are unstoppable. You glance at your reflection in a shop window as you pass. The image is familiar, tall, strong, determined. But it is not just your body you see. It is the power within, the unwavering focus, the fire that has carried you from boyhood to legend. You whisper to yourself, quiet but certain, "Every day is a fight. Every step is a victory. I am ready." Turning onto a quieter street, you begin to pick up speed. The city is waking now. Shops opening, the faint honking of cars in the distance. But you are in a world of your own creation. Each stride is smooth, controlled, fluid. You feel the tension in your muscles release, replaced by energy, by clarity. The rhythm of your body is a meditation, each step a mantra. Strength, courage, resilience. You nod slightly, acknowledging the early morning sky, the city that will soon be bustling. This is your time. the sacred hours before the world demands your attention. A soft breeze carries the distant scent of fresh bread from a bakery and the earthy aroma of dew on the grass. You breathe it in, letting it fill your lungs and invigorate every cell. You notice a stray dog trotting along the sidewalk and smile. It moves with curiosity, tail wagging, not quite sure where it is going. You think of the many paths you have walked, the directions life has taken you, the challenges faced, the battles fought. You push forward, legs pumping, arms swinging naturally, every movement precise and fluid. The children fall behind eventually, waving goodbye as you continue your run. Their laughter echoes in your ears, a reminder of joy, of innocence, of the simple moments that make life worth fighting for. You keep your pace steady, your mind alert. You notice the rhythm of your breath matching the beat of your heart, the cadence of your steps syncing with the pulse of the morning. It is effortless, almost magical. You feel invincible yet grounded, powerful yet humble. Every step connects you to the city, to your history, to yourself. As you reach a small park, you slow slightly and begin to stretch. The grass is damp beneath your feet, the earth cool and solid. You lift your arms, rotate your shoulders, bend forward, feeling the tension unwind. Each stretch reminds you of past injuries, past moments of strain, and how far you have come. You think of your trainers, your mentors, your opponents. You remember their words, their guidance, their challenges, and you smile. You are not just running through the streets. You are running through history, through experience, through life itself. You begin a light shadow boxing routine on the grass. Jab, cross, hook, pivot. The motions are familiar, ingrained through years of practice, yet each punch carries intention. Each movement is alive. You imagine an opponent in front of you, one that represents doubt, fear, and every obstacle you have faced. You dance around them, your fists precise, your footwork flawless. You are not just training your body, you are strengthening your mind. You are practicing resilience, focus, and confidence. The morning grows brighter, the city now fully awake. But in this park, in this moment, time slows. You feel the sun warming your back, the cool breeze on your face, the soft sound of birds singing nearby. You close your eyes for a brief moment, feeling gratitude. Gratitude for your body, your mind, your life, your purpose. You whisper quietly, "Every day I rise, I grow. Every morning I run, I fight. Not just in the ring, but in life." As you begin your jog back toward home, your pace steady, your mind clear, you feel the world settling around you. The streets are alive now with early morning traffic, the sound of neighbors beginning their day, but you are calm, focused, unstoppable. You are Muhammad Ali, and this morning, like every morning, you remind yourself of who you are, what you stand for, and the limitless potential within you. And as the sun rises fully, spilling light across the city, you know this: each step, each breath, each drop of sweat is more than exercise. It is preparation. It is proof. It is victory. You are ready for the day, ready for the challenges, ready for life itself. You are a champion, not just in the ring, but in every moment, every action, every heartbeat. You are Muhammad Ali, and the world is watching, even in the quiet of the morning, even before the crowd has gathered. The gym smells of leather, sweat, and determination. Early morning light filters through the high windows, casting long shadows on the polished wooden floor. You step inside, and the familiar weight of the world settles on your shoulders. But instead of burden, it feels like fuel, a fire igniting within you. You are Muhammad Ali. Today is not just another day. It is a day to sharpen your body, hone your reflexes, and prepare for the battles that will etch your name into history. Every echo in the quiet gym reminds you. Greatness is earned here, in sweat and discipline. You lace your gloves with deliberate care, feeling the soft leather wrap snugly around your hands, encasing your strength, your intention. Each knot, each strap is a ritual, a preparation, a promise to yourself. You flex your fingers inside the leather, letting your mind focus on the rhythm of training, on the sound, the motion, the energy that will flow through you. The leather smells faintly of polish and sweat, a scent you have come to associate with perseverance and power. Every touch reminds you, you are a lion and this is your den. All right, Ali, a familiar voice calls from across the gym. It's your coach, the man who has seen your journey from the beginning. Let's see that fire today. Show me you're ready. Remember, every strike, every step matters. I'm ready, you reply. Your voice calm, steady, yet charged with determination. Every day is a fight, coach. Every day is a step closer to greatness. Every punch I throw today carries me forward. The heavy bag hangs before you, swaying slightly as if it senses what is about to come. You raise your fists, take a deep breath, and step forward. Jab. The bag swings violently to the right. Cross. It rocks back with a deep thud. Hook. Uppercut. The room fills with the sharp, thunderous echoes of leather striking leather, muscle driving force. The sound reverberates off the walls, filling every corner, entering every fiber of your being. It is both music and war cry. Faster, the coach shouts. Move those feet, Ali. Dance like you own the ring. Let them see the lion in you. You pivot lightly on your toes, feeling the spring in your legs, the strength in your core. Each movement is precise, fluid, and powerful. Sweat beads on your forehead and trickles down your temples. But it does not weigh you down. It is fuel. It is proof. Every drop tells a story of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Keep your eyes on the target, you whisper to yourself. Strike with purpose. Strike with intention. Make every movement count. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut. The sequence becomes a rhythm, a dance. Yes, that's it, the coach encourages. Remember, Ali, every punch counts. Every jab tells a story. Make the bag remember you. Your mind drifts briefly, recalling the opponents you have faced, the arenas that shook with the sound of cheers, the moments when doubt crept in and you conquered it. Remember the last fight? You mutter quietly. He was fast, tricky, but I was faster. I was smarter. I am unstoppable. The coach laughs softly, pride shining in his eyes. That's right, Ali. You've got the heart of a champion. Never forget it. Every drop of sweat you shed here turns into power in the ring. Every jab, every hook, every movement builds your legacy. You circle the bag slowly, shadowing an invisible opponent. Each jab is sharper, each hook more precise. The sound of leather striking leather echoes like thunder, powerful and commanding. You feel it in your arms, your shoulders, your legs. Every inch of you alive, powerful, focused. The rhythm of your movement mirrors the rhythm of your heartbeat. You are in control of time, space, energy. The bag swings, but you dominate it. Every motion, every reaction is under your command. Push harder, Ali. Your coach calls again. Imagine him right there, every jab, every hook. It's history in the making. You take a deep breath, grounding yourself. The energy moves from your feet, through your legs, up through your core, and into your arms. You jab, cross, hook. Each strike is precise, purposeful, perfect. The bag threatens, swings, but you control it. You are a lion, prowling, calculating, striking with intent. I can do this all day, you whisper, more to the bag than to anyone else. I am Muhammad Ali. I am a lion. I am the greatest. A bead of sweat drips from your brow and lands on the floor, sizzling slightly in your mind as if it marks a small victory. The muscles ache, burn, but the fire within grows brighter. You are alive, powerful, focused. Each strike, each thud, each pivot is a promise. You will rise, you will fight, you will leave your mark. The sound of your gloves is the sound of history being written. Every step, every swing, every movement is preparation for greatness. The coach claps his hands, voice full of admiration. That's it! That's the spirit! You're training like a lion, Ali. Never forget who you are. Every punch is your legacy. Every movement is proof of your greatness. You pause, letting the bag sway gently. Hands on hips, chest heaving, sweat dripping freely, you scan the gym. Every detail is alive. The worn floor, the faint shadows, the echoes of your own punches. And in that quiet moment, the truth settles within you. You are not just throwing punches. You are writing history. Strength, speed, courage. You are all of it combined. You are Muhammad Ali. You are not just a fighter, you whisper softly to yourself. You are a story, a force, a champion. Every punch carries meaning. Every step is proof of your heart. Every drop of sweat is part of your journey. The morning light grows brighter, spilling across the gym, illuminating the worn wood and the scattered equipment. You jab once more, cross, hook, uppercut. The rhythm is hypnotic. The sweat dripping from your arms glistens in the light. Every motion, every breath, every glance is alive with purpose. You are a lion. You are a champion. You are unstoppable. You are Muhammad Ali. Even in these quiet hours before the crowd gathers, before the fight begins, you are already victorious. You glance at your reflection in a cracked mirror on the wall. You're ready, you murmur, smiling, ready to fight, ready to rise, ready to show the world who you are. The mirror reflects back the fire in your eyes, the energy in your muscles, the certainty in your heart. You nod slightly, fists raised. The bag sways with anticipation, echoing the heartbeat of your own rhythm. You strike once more, hard, precise, perfect. Thunder echoes across the gym, a sound that carries into the world outside, even before anyone hears it. Your mind drifts for a moment to the millions of fans who cheer for you, who believe in you, who see your strength and courage as a symbol. I fight for them, you whisper. For every dreamer, every believer, every jab, every hook, it's for them. You step back, breathe deeply, feeling the pulse of the gym, the flow of energy through your body, the sense of purpose filling your mind. Every day I train, every strike I make, I grow stronger. I am a lion. I am a champion. I am Muhammad Ali. And as the sun climbs higher, spilling warmth across the gym, you feel it settle in your chest, in your muscles, in your very being. Every punch, every drop of sweat, every moment of focus is part of the legacy. You are ready. You are powerful. You are focused. You are unstoppable. You are Muhammad Ali, and history is already watching you move, even before the bell rings. The bright flash of cameras hits you as you step out of the locker room. Reporters swarm like bees, pens ready, microphones extended, questions coming from all directions. The air is thick with curiosity, excitement, and the scent of anticipation. You adjust your robe slightly, your gloves tucked under your arm, and take a deep breath. This is not just a press moment. It is a stage, a performance, and you are ready to command it. Ali, how do you feel before the big fight? A reporter shouts. You glance at him with a sly smile, that signature sparkle in your eyes. I feel like a champion, you say confidently, your voice carrying a mixture of charm and fire. I feel like someone ready to make history tonight. My fists are quick, my heart is strong, and my mind is untouchable. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you add, your voice rich with rhythm. The words are almost musical, rolling off your tongue with effortless power. The crowd outside, listening on loudspeakers, bursts into laughter and cheers, repeating your phrase with glee. I love it, another reporter exclaims. Where did that come from? You shrug lightly, smiling, letting the charm do its work. It came from knowing who I am. I don't just fight in the ring. I fight with my words. I fight with my mind. Every punch tells a story, but every word leaves a mark. A young fan in the crowd shouts, Ali, say it again. You grin, leaning slightly toward the microphone. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. The crowd echoes it back, their energy feeding into yours. You feel unstoppable. You feel alive. You feel like Muhammad Ali. Your coach sidles up beside you, giving a subtle nod of approval. That's right, Ali. Words sting just like your fists. Remember, confidence is contagious. Ali, a reporter leans forward eagerly. Some say your opponent is the toughest you've ever faced. Are you worried? You shake your head, smiling confidently. Worried? Never. I welcome the challenge. Every opponent makes me better. Every fight is a chance to prove I am the greatest. And remember, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Another reporter asks, do you think your opponent has what it takes to beat you? You lean closer, voice calm but electric. He might have speed. He might have power, but he doesn't have confidence like mine. He doesn't have my heart, and he doesn't have my words. My words sting before my gloves ever touch him. A female reporter jumps in. Ali, how do you handle the pressure of being a global icon? You laugh softly, glancing around the room at the flashing cameras. Pressure? Pressure is just the weight of expectation. I turn it into energy. I turn it into rhythm. I turn it into power. Every eye on me is a reminder that I'm alive. I'm fighting. I'm Muhammad Ali. A young reporter timidly raises a hand. Ali, what advice do you have for young fighters watching you? You bend slightly, smiling warmly. Dream big. Work hard. Believe in yourself even when nobody else does. And remember, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's the spirit of a champion. That's how you fight. Not just with your fists, but with your heart and mind. The questions keep coming. Ali, how do you deal with critics? They're just voices, you reply. Voices that I let float past me like air. I focus on what I can control. My training, my skill, my heart. Critics sting? Maybe. But my words and my fists sting harder. Do you ever get nervous before a fight? No, you say confidently. I get excited. Every fight is a chance to shine, to show the world who I am. Fear is useless. Doubt is useless. Words sting. Fists sting. And I've got both. Ali, will you change your strategy tonight? Strategy? You say with a grin. My strategy is the same I've always used. Move fast, hit harder, think smarter. And never forget, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's all anyone needs to know. Allie, do you think this fight will go the distance? You chuckle softly. I hope not. But if it does, I'm ready. Every round, every second, I will show who I am. And when the bell rings, the world will know. They cannot touch me. I am Muhammad Ali. The reporters scribble furiously, some leaning closer, some laughing at your wit, some shaking their heads in disbelief at your confidence. You answer each question with charm and authority, knowing every word matters, every phrase resonates. Ali, any final words before you head to the ring? You raise your hand slightly, gesturing to the crowd. Keep dreaming. Keep fighting. Keep believing. And remember, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Always. That's the spirit I live by. That's the energy I bring, and that's the fire I hope to pass on to each of you. The room erupts in cheers, cameras flashing like lightning. Your words linger in the air, echoing in the minds of everyone listening. You step back, taking a deep breath, feeling the pulse of your own energy, the rhythm of the moment, the connection with every person who hears you. You glance at your coach, who nods with pride. Perfect, Ali. Perfect. You're not just fighting in the ring, you're fighting in every mind, every heart. Remember, words sting. A reporter, clearly amazed, shouts, Ali, how do you stay so confident all the time? You pause for a moment, looking into the crowd, into the cameras, into the heart of every person watching. Confidence, you say slowly, comes from knowing your worth. It comes from training hard, fighting smart, believing in yourself. When you know who you are, no words, no punches, no challenge can break you. That is Muhammad Ali. And with that, you allow yourself a brief smile, a moment of quiet triumph. You are Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Your words carry as much power as your fists, your charm as much influence as your strength, and your spirit as unbreakable as your determination. You leave the press area, waving to fans, speaking a few last lines of encouragement. Each word, each gesture is remembered. Each phrase is repeated, shared, and celebrated. You know that long after the fight, long after the punches have landed, long after the bell has rung, your words will linger, inspire, and sting. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you whisper to yourself, smiling. Yes, that is who I am. That is what I am. I am Muhammad Ali, and my words will always carry power. The front door opens, and immediately the warmth of home surrounds you. The aroma of fresh coffee mixes with the faint scent of breakfast, and the soft chatter of children laughing fills the air. The intensity of the gym, the ring, the critics, all of it fades as soon as you step inside. Here, you are not Muhammad Ali, the champion, the boxer, the legend. Here you are simply Ali, the father, the husband, the man who loves and is loved. Your children rush toward you, their tiny feet pattering across the hardwood floor. "Daddy! Daddy!" they shout, voices full of excitement. You kneel down, scooping them up one by one, feeling their small arms wrap around your neck. Their laughter is a melody, more powerful than any cheer in an arena, more rewarding than any victory. "Did you win today, Daddy?" the youngest asks, looking up at you with wide, trusting eyes. You chuckle, ruffling their hair. "Winning is easy when you're surrounded by love like this," you reply. "But yes, we won in spirit, and we always win at home." Your wife enters the kitchen, wiping her hands on a towel, her smile radiant. "Allie, they're growing faster than ever. How do you manage to be so patient with them?" You grin, standing and taking her hand. Patience? That comes naturally when you know who you are. I fight in the ring, I charm the reporters, I face the critics. But here, I simply love. That's my greatest strength. The children giggle and tug at your hands, pulling you toward the living room. You sit on the floor, and they climb onto your lap, eager for stories, jokes, and games. "Tell us about the fight, Daddy," the eldest demands. You laugh softly, your eyes twinkling. All right, you say, settling back comfortably. Once upon a time there was a fighter who floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. His gloves moved faster than the eye could follow, and his heart was full of courage. He trained every day, listened to his coach, and never gave up, no matter what the critics said. The children hang on every word, their eyes wide, mouths slightly open, captivated by your storytelling. You add gestures, movements, and even a little shuffle on the carpet, eliciting peals of laughter. "And do you know what he said to everyone who doubted him?" You ask, leaning closer. "What?" They shout in unison. "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," you declare, performing a tiny shuffle in place. The children roar with laughter, imitating your movements and clapping with delight. Your wife watches you, eyes soft with admiration. "You know," she says, "I've seen you in the ring, I've seen you in the spotlight, but this is the Ali I love. The father, the husband, the man who makes life feel lighter, warmer." You smile, leaning over to kiss her forehead. "And I love this more than any belt, any title, any applause. This is my true victory. Seeing them grow, hearing their laughter, feeling their love." The children, still brimming with energy, tug at your hands. "Daddy, can we play boxing?" the eldest asks. You chuckle, letting them guide you into a playful bout, gently throwing imaginary punches. "Remember, the greatest fighters are careful, smart, and full of respect," you say as you dodge their tiny hands. "We don't hurt each other. We dance, we laugh, and we learn." Their laughter fills the room again, bouncing off the walls, reminding you that moments like these are more important than any arena, any crowd, any championship. Each giggle, each squeal of delight is more powerful than any roar from fans. Later, as you sit at the kitchen table helping them with breakfast, the children chatter about school, their friends, and their little adventures. "Daddy," the youngest says, "do you ever get tired of fighting?" You pause, considering the question carefully. "Sometimes," you admit, "but I never get tired of trying, learning, and loving. Fighting in the ring is just part of life. Fighting for what's right, fighting for my family, and fighting to be better every day. That's what keeps me going." Your wife smiles, pouring coffee into a mug. "And you do it so gracefully, Ali. You manage fame, training, fans, and still give them this love. How?" You take a deep breath, glancing at your children. Because they're the reason. They're the reward. All the shouting, all the cheering, all the pressure. It's nothing compared to this. Seeing them happy, safe, and loved. That's my championship. The morning passes with playful games, storytelling, and gentle teaching moments. You show them how to throw a proper jab, how to keep their balance, and most importantly, how to laugh at themselves when they stumble. Every correction is gentle, every encouragement is sincere. "Daddy, will you tell us a bedtime story too?" the eldest asks, his eyes sparkling. "Of course," you reply, smiling warmly. Every story has a lesson. Some teach courage, some teach kindness, and some teach laughter. Tonight, I'll tell you about the fighter who always believed in himself, who faced every challenge with courage, and who loved his family more than anything else. You imagine the night ahead, tucking them into bed, reading the story, watching their eyes grow heavy with sleep, and whispering words of encouragement. You know these moments are fleeting, and yet they are the ones that shape their hearts, minds, and memories. As evening settles, you take a quiet moment to sit by the window, looking at the moon casting its soft glow across the neighborhood. The sounds of children's laughter have faded into soft breathing, the warmth of family filling the room. You reflect on the balance you found between fame, fighting, and family life. I fight in the ring for the world to see. You whisper to yourself. I fight for titles, for glory, for history. But at home, I fight for love, for laughter, for the moments that matter most. Here I am not just Muhammad Ali. I am Ali, the father, the husband, the man whose heart is full. Your mind drifts back to earlier days, training in the gym, the cheers of the crowd, the pressure of expectation. But then you smile, returning your focus to what truly matters. The belts, the fame, the headlines, they are fleeting. But these family moments, this love, this laughter, they are eternal. Finally, you quietly step to each child's bedside, tucking them in carefully. You brush their hair, kiss their foreheads, and whisper soft words of encouragement. Sleep well, my champions, you say. Dream big, be brave, be kind. And remember, Daddy loves you more than anything. As you settle beside your wife on the sofa, sipping tea in peaceful silence, you realize that these moments, ordinary, tender, fleeting, are the true victories of your life. You are Muhammad Ali, the greatest. But here, in these family moments, you are simply Ali, the man who loves, protects, teaches, and inspires. And as the house grows quiet, you whisper to yourself one last time, a soft smile on your lips. I fight in the ring for the world to see. I fight in life for the people I love. I am a champion in every sense, but above all, I am a father, a husband, a man with love in his heart. And that is my greatest legacy. The tunnel stretches ahead, dimly lit, almost eerily silent except for the muffled roar of the crowd beyond. You take a deep breath, feeling the air thick with anticipation, the electric charge of thousands of eyes waiting to see you, waiting for the moment that defines a champion. Every sound, the distant chants, the stomping of feet, the rhythmic claps, echoes through the corridor like a heartbeat, syncing with your own pulse. You tighten your gloves one last time, feeling the familiar leather against your skin, the straps secure, the weight of them a reminder of the battles that lie ahead. This is more than a fight. This is a moment of destiny, a moment where years of sweat, sacrifice, and discipline converge. The arena is calling, and you can feel it in your bones. Ali, you ready? Asks your trainer, voice steady but filled with the tension of the moment. You turn, locking eyes with him for a heartbeat. Always ready, you reply, voice calm, almost casual, though inside, your heart races like a drum. Every fight is the fight I was born to win. He nods, a small smile tugging at his lips. Then let's show them why you're the greatest. You take your first step toward the light at the end of the tunnel. The brightness is blinding at first, but the roar of the crowd pierces through, wrapping around you like a warm embrace. The fans, thousands strong, chant your name in unison. Ali! 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 Each shout, each cheer, each scream fuels you, reminding you why you fight, why you train, why you dedicate your life to the sport that has shaped you, challenged you, and made you more than just a man. As you walk, memories flash through your mind. The first time you stepped into a gym, feeling the rough canvas under your feet. The countless hours shadow boxing in front of a mirror, whispering to yourself, building your confidence, honing your skills. The early morning runs when the world slept, your breath misting in the cold air. Each step a promise to yourself that you would rise, no matter what. You glance at the floor beneath your feet, imagining the weight of every fight, every opponent, every moment of doubt overcome. And yet with each step you feel lighter, almost like you're gliding, moving with a rhythm that only champions know. The rhythm of destiny calling, of purpose guiding your feet. The announcer's voice cuts through the roar, echoing in your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the ring, Muhammad Ali. The crowd erupts in cheers, whistles, and applause, a tidal wave of sound that shakes the arena to its very foundation. Your name is a chant, a declaration, a recognition of years of hard work, discipline, and unmatched skill. A young fan in the front row waves a homemade sign, "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee." You smile, heart swelling, knowing that these words, once whispered in your early days, have now become a mantra for millions. They believe in you not just as a fighter, but as a symbol, a legend, a man who embodies courage, speed, and relentless determination. You step closer to the ring, feeling the familiar tension in your shoulders, the adrenaline coiling in your muscles, the fire igniting in your chest. The bright lights are almost blinding, but you don't flinch. You've trained for this. You've prepared for this. And now, all that remains is to show the world why you are Muhammad Ali, the man who dances in the ring, the man who commands attention with every movement, every glance, every calculated strike. Remember your training, your coach whispers one last time. Remember your heart. Remember your courage. Remember who you are. You nod slightly, letting the words sink in, feeling the confidence settle deep in your core. You are not just a fighter. You are a performer, a poet in motion, a man who can turn every punch, every step, every motion into art. The ring is your canvas, the crowd your audience, the fight your masterpiece. As your feet cross the threshold, entering the squared circle, you hear the subtle change in the roar of the crowd. It is no longer distant. It is immediate. It is pressing. It is overwhelming in the most exhilarating way. You feel the ropes beneath your fingertips, the smell of the canvas, the faint sting of sweat and anticipation in the air. This is home. This is where you belong. Your opponent stands across from you, eyes sharp, muscles tense, anticipation mirrored in every fiber of his being. He tries to mask his fear, but you can see it. The subtle twitch of his jaw, the shifting of his stance, the way his hands tighten around his gloves. He knows, as the world knows, that he faces not just a fighter, but Muhammad Ali, a man whose confidence, skill, and spirit are unmatched. The bell rings. Your body moves instinctively, fluidly, effortlessly. Every step, every feint, every glide across the canvas is part of the dance you've perfected over years. You float like a butterfly, strike like a bee, an expression of art, speed, and strategy. The crowd erupts with each movement, caught between awe and exhilaration, witnessing greatness in motion. You hear snippets of their voices, chants merging with gasps of excitement. "Look at him move! He's untouchable! That's Ali, the greatest! Did you see that footwork?" And in that moment, you are not just a man fighting an opponent. You are a legend performing for the world, reminding everyone why they cheer, why they believe, why they are inspired. Your thoughts flash briefly to your past, to the countless hours of preparation, the sweat, the sacrifices, the challenges faced both in and out of the ring. Every early morning run, every bag work, every sparring session, all of it has led to this very moment. And now, as the arena holds its collective breath, you feel the surge of destiny wrapping around you, guiding your every movement, fueling your every punch, sharpening your focus to perfection. You glance at your opponent, then at the crowd, then back to your own reflection in the mirror of the moment. The man you've become, the legend you embody, the symbol of courage and determination. You know that this walk, this entrance, this first step into the arena is as important as any punch thrown. It sets the tone, declares your presence, announces to the world that Muhammad Ali has arrived, not just to fight, but to inspire, to awe, to captivate. The crowd's chants grow louder, more insistent. "Ali! Ali! Ali!" You raise a fist briefly, acknowledging them, letting the energy surge through your veins, through your heart, through your very soul. You are ready. You have always been ready. And as the lights shine down, blinding yet invigorating, you take your stance, feeling destiny settling around you like a cloak of inevitability. The bell rings again, signaling the start of the fight. You glide, you dodge, you strike, not just as a fighter, but as Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Every motion, every decision, every heartbeat resonates with the thousands watching, the millions who have followed your journey, the fans who see in you a symbol of courage, hope, and excellence. And as you move across the ring, stepping lightly yet striking powerfully, you think to yourself, "This is why I fight. This is why I train. This is why I live. I am Ali. I am the greatest. And every step I take in this arena is a step into destiny." The arena hums with anticipation. Every seat is filled, every eye locked on the ring. The scent of sweat, leather, and excitement mixes in the air. Reporters clutch their notebooks, fans wave banners, and cameras flash relentlessly. But in the center of it all, your focus narrows. The crowd fades, the noise dims, and everything becomes simple. Gloves, movement, heart, and mind. You step into the ring, the ropes grazing your shoulders. Your gloves meet your opponents in a firm, respectful tap. A ritual of combat, a silent challenge. "Let's give them a show," you whisper to yourself, heart pounding. The referee signals, and the bell rings. The sound slices through the roar of the crowd like lightning. This is it. The battle begins. Your opponent shifts, eyes darting, muscles coiled. You notice the tension in his stance, the slight twitch of his shoulder. There's fear there, masked by bravado. You smile slightly under your hooded gaze. Good. Let him feel it. Let him sense the greatest in front of him. You dance across the ring, light on your feet. Every step is precise, controlled, rhythmic. You float like a butterfly, each movement teasing, testing, preparing for the perfect strike. Your mind is calm, yet alive, absorbing every sound, the slap of gloves, the gasp of the crowd, the distant shouts of your corner. Keep your guard up, Ali. Your coach shouts from the corner, voice cracking with urgency and encouragement. "Always," you whisper back, dodging a quick jab from your opponent. Your head moves like a pendulum, weaving just out of reach. Your senses are sharpened. You feel the tension in his muscles, the pattern in his punches, the rhythm of his breath. Predictable, hesitant, not ready for this. The crowd rises, cheering, shouting, captivated by the dance unfolding before them. Cameras flash, capturing the art and precision of your movements. You are not just fighting. You are performing, showing the world why you are Muhammad Ali. Ali! Ali! Hit him! Show him who's boss! Fans shout from every corner. Their energy fuels you, not distraction, but power, a current flowing through your veins. You spin lightly, throwing a feint, and watch your opponent flinch. Yes, fear, doubt, it's there. I see it. Come on, throw something. You taunt softly, voice low enough only he can hear. I dare you. I'll dance around it. He swings, full force, desperation visible in the wild arc of his punch. You lean back, almost floating, and it misses by inches. The crowd gasps in unison, the sound swelling like a tidal wave. You can feel your heart sink with theirs, every beat a drum of dominance and skill. Keep moving, Ali. Don't let him corner you, your trainer shouts. You nod subtly, stepping lightly across the canvas. Your mind calculates, your eyes dart, your body reacts. Every movement is a statement. I am alive. I am fast. I am the greatest. Your opponent tries again, more calculated this time, throwing a combination of hooks and jabs. You slip each one with elegance, your gloves barely rising to defend, letting your body flow with the rhythm of the fight. He thinks he's attacking me. He's dancing to my song. Float, Ali. Float like a butterfly. A fan screams from the stands. And float you do. You circle him light as air, teasing, taunting, testing. And then, the perfect moment comes. Your opponent opens just slightly, eyes flicking left instead of right. Your fist flies in a straight, precise motion, a flash of power connecting cleanly. The impact is immediate. His balance wavers, his confidence shakes. The world gasps. Yes, you whisper under your breath. Feel that sting. That's what it's like to face the greatest. The crowd erupts, a tidal wave of sound, cheers, and applause. You raise your gloves slightly, not in arrogance, but as a statement of dominance, of focus, of unshakable confidence. Your opponent recovers, eyes burning with determination. He comes forward again, faster, angrier. But so are you. You dance, dodge, and weave. Your movements a blur, a poetry of precision and power. Every strike you throw is measured, every defense calculated. You control the rhythm. You control the fight. You control the fear. You can't touch me. You call. Words sharp and confident, cutting through the roar of the crowd. I am untouchable. He lunges, a desperate attempt, and you counter with a jab that snaps his head back. The crowd goes wild, some rising to their feet, some shouting your name in sheer exhilaration. Ali! 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 In a brief pause between rounds, you hear your corner shouting advice, encouragement, and strategy. You nod subtly, absorbing every word, every hint. They know I am ready. They know I am the greatest. Your mind flashes briefly to past fights, to critics, to doubters who whispered you couldn't win, who claimed your style was outdated, your power diminished. But now, in this arena, under these lights, against this opponent, you prove them all wrong. You are faster, stronger, sharper, more alive than ever. The bell rings again. Round 2 begins. You glide forward, a combination of speed and grace, weaving and striking, dodging and teasing. Each move elicits gasps, cheers, and applause. You see the crowd captivated by the spectacle, watching every step, every punch, every flicker of emotion across your opponent's face. You are unstoppable. A fan yells from the stands, and you are. You feel it in every muscle, every nerve, every fiber of your being. You are alive. You are in the moment. You are Muhammad Ali. You throw a series of hooks and jabs, precise and deliberate. Your opponent flinches again, his fear growing with every missed strike, every dance, every feint. You whisper under your breath, "Fear suits you. Doubt suits you. But it won't save you." The audience is on the edge of their seats. Cameras capture every punch, every movement, every expression. Reporters scribble furiously. Commentators shout into microphones, and fans cheer with uncontainable excitement. But in the center of it all, you are focused, aware, alive. You can do better than that. You taunt softly, voice low and confident, aimed at your opponent. "Step up, fight! Show me what you've got." He swings wildly again, desperation etched in every motion. You dodge effortlessly, slip a punch, and land a precise uppercut. The impact sends him staggering back, eyes wide with shock. The crowd explodes, the arena vibrating with energy. "Yes, that's it," you whisper, heart racing, adrenaline surging. This is what greatness feels like. This is what history looks like. The bell rings again. Round 3 begins. You circle, float, strike. Each move is fluid, calculated, unstoppable. You see the fear, the hesitation, the doubt in your opponent's eyes. And in that moment, you know, you are in control. You are Muhammad Ali. The world watches, breathless, captivated by the dance, the power, the artistry. Every step, every jab, every dodge is a message. I am alive. I am untouchable. I am the greatest. And as the crowd roars, cameras flash, and commentators shout in excitement, you realize this is not just a fight. This is a performance, a spectacle, a demonstration of what it means to be a champion. You are not just winning in the ring, you are winning in hearts, minds, and history. Your gloves touch again, a silent promise to yourself and the world. You will fight, you will dance, you will dominate. You will rise above every fear, every doubt, every challenge. You are Muhammad Ali, and the battle has only just begun. The arena lights dim, and the echoes of cheering fans fade into memory. Back in your private room, the world is quiet, save for the faint hum of the city outside. The day's battles, the roar of the crowd, the flash of cameras, all of it seems distant now. Here, you are alone with your thoughts, with the silence that allows your mind to wander freely. You sit at a small desk by the window, the moonlight casting silver lines across the room. Your gloves are off, your robe hung neatly, your hair damp with sweat from the fight. Yet despite the exhaustion in your muscles, your mind is alive, restless, hungry to express itself. You reach for a pen and a notebook. The page is blank and inviting. Tonight you are not Muhammad Ali, the fighter, the champion, the legend. Tonight you are Ali, the poet, the dreamer, the man who sees the world in words as much as in movement. You pause, pen hovering over the page, listening to the silence. It is different from the noise of the ring, but it is no less powerful. Here, in this quiet, you can reflect, remember, and create. You begin to write, letting your thoughts spill freely. without fear, without judgment. Courage is not in the fist, nor in the roar of the crowd, but in the heart that beats alone. When doubt whispers loud, you read the lines silently, feeling their weight, their truth. Even warriors need words, need reflection, need to capture the struggles that no one else can see. You write about the fight, not the physical one, but the inner battles, the moments of fear, of hesitation, of self-doubt that every champion must face and overcome. Every punch thrown, every step danced, is more than muscle, more than chance. It is the soul declaring, "I exist." It is the spirit in triumph and risk. Your hand moves swiftly across the page, the ink capturing the rhythm of your thoughts. Poetry is different from the ring. It is slower, more deliberate, more intimate, yet it is no less powerful. Here you can be vulnerable, honest, human. Here, there is no opponent, no crowd, no referee, only the raw essence of who you are. You pause, leaning back in your chair, eyes drifting to the ceiling. The silence allows your mind to wander further. You think about your childhood, the streets where you first dreamed of greatness, the gyms where you learned to move and fight. You think about your family, their love, their laughter, the moments that give your life meaning beyond titles and trophies. And you think about the fans, the people who see in you something more than a boxer, a symbol, a hero, a voice of courage. The pen returns to the page. A champion is not just in the ring, nor in the crowd that cheers and sings. A champion is the quiet breath, the whispered thought, the heart's own depth. You smile softly, reading the words aloud. Your voice is low, almost a whisper, but it carries the weight of truth. You realize something profound. Even warriors, even those who seem invincible, are dreamers. Even the greatest has a soul that seeks expression, reflection, and understanding. The night stretches on. Your notebook fills with lines of poetry about struggle, about perseverance, about the beauty and pain of being human. You write about fear and courage, loss and triumph, doubt and confidence. Each word is a step toward understanding yourself, a reminder that your strength is not just physical, but mental, emotional, and spiritual. Fear may whisper, doubt may call, but the heart stands tallest of all. With every fall, with every fight, we rise again into the light. You set the pen down for a moment, closing your eyes. The exhaustion of the day presses against you, but there is also a sense of peace, of completion. You are reminded that greatness is not measured only by victories, belts, or applause. It is measured by the courage to face oneself, to reflect, to dream, and to create. Your thoughts drift to tomorrow, to the gym, to the fans, to the next fight. But you also know that these quiet moments, these stolen nights of reflection and writing, are equally important. They shape your mind, your spirit, and your understanding of who Muhammad Ali truly is. Not just a fighter, but a thinker, a poet, a man striving to understand life itself. You pick up your pen once more, inspired by the quiet, by the moonlight, by the endless possibilities that words allow. You write about hope, about perseverance, about love. You write about the human spirit, about the fire that burns inside every person, every fighter, every dreamer. Dreams are the wings of the soul, the silent song that makes us whole. Even in battles, even in pain, the heart will sing again, again. The ink dries, the notebook fills, and you close it with a sense of satisfaction. You are tired, yes, but fulfilled. You have captured pieces of yourself that no fight, no title, no crowd could ever reveal. You have reminded yourself, and the world, that even the strongest warriors are dreamers, and even the loudest champions have quiet thoughts. Soft words and tender reflections, you sit back, gazing out the window at the night sky. The city sleeps, the stars shine, and for a moment there is complete stillness. You feel the rhythm of your own heart, the echo of the day's victories, and the promise of tomorrow's challenges. And you understand deeply that this is the essence of being Muhammad Ali. Strength and vulnerability, fight and reflection, courage and poetry, all living together in one extraordinary life. You whisper softly to yourself, a vow and a truth. I fight with my fists, yes, but I live with my heart. I dream with my soul. I am a warrior, and I am a poet. I am Muhammad Ali, the greatest, and even in the quiet, I rise. The moonlight glints off the edges of the notebook, illuminating your words, your thoughts, your essence. Tonight, you are not just a champion in the ring. Tonight, you are a champion of the human spirit, a poet of courage, a man who knows that even warriors are dreamers, and that truth, more than any belt or title, is what defines you, sustains you, and inspires the world. As you finally set the notebook aside and prepare for rest, your mind is calm, your heart full, and your soul awake. You know that tomorrow the battles will resume, the crowds will cheer, the critics will watch. But tonight, in this quiet, this solitude, this poetry, you are complete. You are Ali, the fighter, the dreamer, the poet, and in this moment, you are infinite. The night is still. The world outside is quiet. The city lights glowing faintly through the window. The roar of the crowd, the flashing cameras, the echo of cheers. They all feel distant now, replaced by the calm hum of solitude. You stand before the mirror, your reflection staring back at you in the soft glow of the lamp. But tonight, it is not just the reflection of a young fighter, the man who danced in the ring and struck fear into opponents. Tonight, it is the reflection of a life lived fully, a legacy forged through courage, conviction, and unwavering determination. You lean slightly forward, studying your face in detail. The lines etched by years of struggle, the marks left by battles won and lost, they are all there, telling a story deeper than any headline, any title, any accolade could ever capture. You see in your own eyes the determination that never wavered, the spirit that never broke, the heart that refused to be silenced. I am Ali, you whisper softly, voice reverberating with conviction. I am the greatest. The words feel powerful in the quiet room, more powerful than any cheer, any applause, any moment of glory in the ring. They are not boastful, they are truthful. You have lived a life that demanded resilience, courage, and the will to stand tall even when the world tried to push you down. And now, looking at yourself, you feel the weight of that truth, the fullness of your journey. You take a deep breath, letting the silence fill your lungs, letting your mind wander through memories. You remember the early mornings, jogging through empty streets while the world slept, training relentlessly while others rested. You remember the long hours in the gym, gloves striking the heavy bag, the rhythmic thud echoing through your soul. Each punch, each step, each drop of sweat was a statement, a declaration that you would not be defeated, that you would rise, that you would become more than a man who fought in the ring. You remember the fights themselves, the adrenaline, the tension, the strategy, the moments of fear and triumph intertwined. Every opponent challenged you, every round tested you, but through it all, you remained steady, unbroken, focused. You float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That phrase, simple yet profound, captures more than your fighting style. It encapsulates your philosophy, your approach to life, your ability to move gracefully, strike decisively, and endure endlessly. A soft smile touches your lips as you recall the faces of your fans, young and old, from every corner of the world. You remember the letters, the stories, the people who told you that you inspired them to dream bigger, to fight harder, to believe in themselves. And you understand now that your legacy is not only in the victories, the titles, or the fame, but in these moments, these connections, these ripples of courage and hope that spread far beyond the ring. Your reflection shifts slightly as you speak aloud, words flowing with purpose. "I am Ali," you say again, voice stronger now. "I am the greatest. Not just because I fought, not just because I won, but because I stood for what mattered. Because I used my voice when it was needed. Because I inspired courage. And because I never backed down from my truth." You think about the critics, the doubters, the people who tried to diminish your achievements, who questioned your convictions, who mocked your dreams. You remember their whispers, their challenges, their attempts to shake your confidence. But none of it broke you. Every insult, every doubt, every moment of criticism became fuel. A reason to work harder, fight smarter, and shine brighter. "I have lived fully," you whisper, letting the words resonate in the quiet room. "I have loved deeply. I have fought bravely. I have dreamed endlessly. And through it all, I have remained true to myself." That is the essence of greatness. That is what it means to be Muhammad Ali. Your mind drifts to your family, the people who loved you not only for your strength, but for your heart. You remember the laughter, the quiet moments, the embraces that made every challenge worthwhile. You see in your reflection not just the fighter, not just the champion, but the husband, the father, the man who strived to balance the demands of life with the responsibilities of love and integrity. The room is silent except for the sound of your own breathing. The mirror reflects more than a face. It reflects a journey, a story, a legacy that continues to grow with each passing day. You reach out, placing a hand gently against the glass, feeling a connection to the person you were, the person you are, and the person you aspire to be. "I see it all," you say softly. "The struggles, the victories, the failures, the triumphs. I see the journey, the lessons, the moments that shaped me, and I see the future, the impact I leave behind, the courage I've inspired, the hope I've given. This is my legacy. This is my truth." Your eyes linger on your reflection, studying the subtle details, the way your jaw is set, the glint in your eyes, the posture that speaks of confidence and resolve. You remember the fights, the victories, the words spoken to fans, the moments of reflection, the poetry written in the quiet of the night. Every element, every experience, every choice has contributed to the man staring back at you. You whisper again, a soft but powerful declaration. "I am Ali. I am the greatest. And my legacy is more than a name. It is a symbol. It is courage. It is conviction. It is inspiration. It is the proof that even when the world pushes you down, you can rise, stand tall, and shine. You can be more than what they expect, more than what they imagine. You can be legendary. The quiet night stretches on, and you continue to gaze at your reflection. You feel a deep sense of peace, knowing that your journey, your battles, your words, and your actions have left an indelible mark on the world. You know that long after the lights fade, long after the crowds disperse, long after the titles and accolades are remembered, your spirit, the heart of Muhammad Ali, will endure. I am more than a fighter, you whisper, voice filled with emotion. I am more than a champion. I am a man who dared to stand, who dared to speak, who dared to inspire. I am Ali, and I will always be the greatest. Not only in the ring, but in the hearts of those who believe, those who dream, and those who fight for what is right. You step back slightly, taking a deep breath, letting the night air fill your lungs. The reflection remains unwavering, powerful, and true. You smile softly, a quiet satisfaction settling in your chest. You have lived, you have fought, you have inspired. And in this moment, in the stillness of the night, you are reminded that greatness is not only measured in victories or titles, but in courage, in heart, and in the ability to rise again and again, no matter the odds. With one last glance, you turn away from the mirror, ready to rest, ready to dream, ready to face the next day with the same strength, same heart, same spirit that has carried you through a life filled with triumphs and challenges. You are Muhammad Ali, you are the greatest. And your legacy, like your reflection in this quiet night, will endure forever. The night is quiet, but your mind is alive with memories, reflections, and possibilities. The roar of the crowds, the flashing lights of the arena, the thunderous applause, all of it still echoes in your soul. A reminder of the life you've lived, the battles you've fought, and the victories you've earned. Yet beyond the accolades, beyond the fame, beyond the titles, there is something more profound waiting in the stillness, the essence of being Muhammad Ali. Imagine waking up to the world not just as a man, but as a symbol of courage, of resilience, of hope. Every morning, as the sun rises and the city hums to life, you feel the weight of that responsibility, the honor of that legacy. To be Muhammad Ali is to live every moment intentionally, with purpose, with heart, with the awareness that your actions ripple far beyond yourself. You stretch, feeling your body still strong, muscles tingling from years of training, from countless battles, from every step taken to become the greatest. You move to the window, looking out over the quiet streets, imagining the lives of those who see your name, your face, your story, and draw inspiration from it. You are not just a fighter. You are a dreamer. You are a leader. You are a man who dared to believe that greatness is not only achieved in the ring, but in the courage to live authentically and boldly. Every day is a fight, you whisper to yourself, voice steady but filled with emotion. Not in the ring, but in life. To stay true, to speak out, to rise when others would fall. That is the battle. That is the victory. That is being Muhammad Ali. The room is silent, yet alive with possibility. You sit at your desk, pen in hand, notebook open, memories and thoughts spilling onto the pages. You think about the young boy who first dreamed of greatness in the streets, who first felt the thrill of punching a bag, who first imagined the roar of a crowd. You smile, remembering how far you've come, how much you've learned, how many lives you've touched. You write, "Greatness is not in the trophies, nor in the belts we hold. It is in the courage to fight. It is in the stories told. It is in the heart that dares, in the voice that speaks, in the love that carries, in the spirit that seeks. Your words are more than poetry. They are a reflection of your life, a testament to the journey of a man who fought tirelessly, not only for himself, but for the world. You remember the critics, the doubters, the people who questioned your choices, and you know that even in the face of opposition, you stood firm, spoke your truth, and inspired courage in others. That is a kind of victory no opponent could take away." The phone buzzes softly beside you. A message from a young fan, someone you've inspired. "Thank you for showing me how to believe in myself. You are more than a fighter. You are hope." You smile, eyes misting slightly. "Hope?" you whisper, savoring the word. "Yes, that is what we give when we dare to live fully, courageously, authentically. That is the gift of being Muhammad Ali. Not just to fight, but to inspire, to encourage, to lead by example." You rise and move to the mirror, the familiar reflection greeting you. But tonight, you do not see only the fighter, the champion, the legend. You see a man who has lived with heart, who has loved fiercely, who has spoken boldly, who has faced fear and stood tall. You see the life you have built, the courage you have embodied, the legacy you will leave. "I am Ali," you say softly, voice strong, resolute. "I am the greatest, not because I never fell, but because I never stopped rising. Not because I was fearless, but because I faced my fears. Not because I always fought in the ring, but because I fought for what mattered, every single day." You think about the battles beyond boxing, standing up for justice, speaking against injustice, inspiring hope, lifting others. Those fights, though quieter, though less celebrated, carry the same weight, the same importance. They are the battles that shape a life, define a legacy, and impact the world in ways no belt or title could. The city outside is quiet now, streets glowing under the moonlight. You walk to the window and imagine the millions who look to you, who draw strength from your story, who hear your words and feel empowered. You are more than a champion in the ring. You are a champion of courage, of conviction, of hope. A knock at the door breaks your reverie. Your family enters quietly. Children, wife, loved ones. They gather around, the warmth of their presence filling the room, grounding you. You hold them close, feeling the love that gives your life meaning beyond fame, beyond fights, beyond accolades. This love, this connection is part of your legacy too. The way you live, the way you care, the way you inspire, it touches them, shapes them, and through them, touches countless others. "Daddy, will you always be the greatest?" Your youngest asks, eyes wide with innocence and admiration. You smile, kneeling to meet their gaze. "Yes, my champions," you reply softly. "But remember, greatness is not only about titles or victories. It's about courage, heart, love, and never giving up. You can be the greatest in your own way every day, by being brave, being kind, and believing in yourself." The children hug you tightly, and you feel the weight of their trust, the responsibility of your example, and the joy of knowing that your life has meaning beyond what can be measured in belts or statistics. Later, as you sit quietly reflecting on the day, the fights, the victories, the poetry, the speeches, the moments of love and family, you understand something profound. Living as Muhammad Ali is not simply a matter of being strong, fast, or skilled in the ring. It is about living with courage, speaking your truth, inspiring others, and leaving a legacy that endures beyond the fleeting applause of the crowd. You write one final line in your notebook for the night. To live fully is to fight bravely, to speak boldly, to love deeply, and to inspire endlessly. This is the life of Muhammad Ali. This is the heart of the greatest. You close the notebook, feeling a deep sense of peace. The night is quiet, but your spirit is alive. You have lived fully, loved fiercely, spoken boldly, and inspired countless hearts. You have fought every fight that mattered, inside and outside the ring. You are Muhammad Ali, the man who never stopped fighting, the man who never stopped believing, the man whose legacy will endure forever. As you finally lie down, the city lights casting a soft glow over the room, you whisper one last time to yourself, a promise and a truth. I am Ali. I am the greatest. I am hope. I am courage. I am love. And I will continue to rise every single day, in every way I can. This is my life. This is my story. This is my legacy. And with that, you close your eyes, ready to dream, to imagine, to continue living as Muhammad Ali, not just a champion in the ring, but a symbol of strength, courage, and hope for the entire world. As the night settles and your journey as Muhammad Ali comes to a close, remember the courage, the heart, and the spirit you've witnessed today. If this story inspired you, helped you relax, or made you dream bigger, don't forget to support Calm Celebrity. Subscribe to Calm Celebrity so you never miss another inspiring story. Like this video if it touched your heart. Share it with friends and family to spread the inspiration. And comment below. Who should be our next celebrity story? Your voice matters, just as Ali's voice mattered. And together, we can continue to dream, to hope, and to be inspired. Thank you for watching Calm Celebrity.